Woo-wee, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. I'm pretty bloody excited. Oh, you hear that ding, ding, ding? That is the sound of real steel. Check this out, man. This knife is amazing. So, what we have here, I get lost in it every time I look at it. What we have here is the ADV Tactical Pitboss 3. Now, I brought you the Pitboss 2 previously, and I talked about it and mentioned it how, in my opinion, my very personal opinion, I thought that the Pitboss 2 was probably the most perfect pocket knife ever made. And what I mean is durable, materials, sharp, ergonomically correct, great grip, sweet blade, good size, perfect in the pocket. The function was amazing. And then he changed some things up to the Pitboss 3. Ergonomically, it's the exact same. Aesthetically, it's slightly different. Where there was a hole here, there is now a fuller. And the spine is slightly different. But outside of that, the knife is pretty much the same. I mean, the milling that goes into these is just insane. Now, this one is a custom piece. This isn't your everyday run-of-the-mill Pitboss 3. I wanted something that was just over the top, completely amazing. And that's what I ended up with. Now, the only thing that the Pitboss knives have that, for me, I don't really care about is a lock. You know, if I push this up, then this is not closing accidentally. And for a lot of people, they love that extra security of having that lock. For me, I never use them. So for me, it doesn't care. But it's there. It works. And unlike some knives, listen, that's a hard click in. It's an actual really good lock. So if I did care about a lock, it would be the right one. That right there is what it's all about, though. So now this is a button lock. Right here is your button. So you have the ability to open and close by just the button, or you can close by the button and open with the flipper. You can pop it open. Of course, I can't use my left hand still very well, so I have to use my right. And I'd be a little faster with my left, but I can't use it. It is what it is. But you can still Spidey flick it, and you should be able to use your thumb inside the fuller. But having the fact that you have a button lock and a flipper, you don't really need that. This thing is amazing. This is amazing. So now what we have here is an acid rain patterned frame. You can see the color there. That is a special acid that he uses to make this color happen. It is just freaking phenomenal. Then you have in here, I believe the scales are G10, I do believe, and it's dragon scales. They're 3D printed or 3D carved out dragon scales. First of all, it looks great, but second, it feels amazing in the hand. It is super, super nice. The grip between the wells is wonderful. It is absolutely hand-locking wonderful. The black coating is solid. It looks good. You have compound grinds. You have some really nice non-aggressive jimping. You have a push notch right there with thumb grab, and for skinners you have your finger hold. So this little area right here and right here for pretty much any hand is going to work. You can see the bend I have choking up on this. You see the bend in my finger. That means people with smaller hands are going to be able to reach it. Here you can see if I'm in a full grip, look at how much I'm not, if you have small hands, you're going to be up here. You're still going to have a very positive grab. On your side grips, you can use the fuller for a side grip. There's just so much thought that goes into this design. that makes it absolutely wonderful. Even in the choil right here, you have this first well, right? Your flipper goes beyond the choil, giving you extra guard protection from finger to edge. It's incredible. The ball bearing system, incredible. Every single thing about this is just phenomenal. They're pricey, but they're pricey because of the materials and the time it takes to make them. And these are made to use. People buy these and they put them as collection pieces. Get my thumb out of there, it's gross. They put them as collection pieces, and they'll literally put them on some kind of stand, and that's it. They'll put lights on them, and people can come over and see their knives, or they'll put them in these special little collection wraps, these little carriers, so you can display them. But this is not a display knife. You can obviously display it because it's gorgeous, but this is an actual hard use knife. This is a real EDC that can be put through its paces. This is one of those pocket knives that you pull out for everything. It's just that good. So you do have a lanyard hole, or a notch out eye in the flipper itself. It is jimped around the flipper. That's a word. It's jimped around the flipper. It is magnificent. You have swedging on the drop point. It's just every single thing you have in the frame spacer right here is jimped so wonderfully done. You have another lanyard hole here, so you can use this thing for lashing. You could strap it on to make a spear or anything. Like I said, strap it on. You could strap it onto a stick and do things like that to make spears and whatnot. It's phenomenal. But the milling is just crazy of like art. It's just art. It's hard to explain without using that word, but this is milled down, that's milled down. The pocket clip itself is completely milled. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's multicolor, beautiful. So the Acid Rain is fantastic, but this is the Dragon. It's the Pitboss 3, but it's a Dragon version. So if you'll notice, there's even a little baby dragon right there. But wait, there's more. Not only is there a dragon on the outside, but on the inside of the frame, the part that you will never see, there is Acid Rain on the inside, along with a flight of baby dragons. I gotta show you, hold on. All right, so right there you can see one of the dragons. It's really hard to get these angles showing on the phone. There's another dragon. Oh, I guess I was able to do it. Check that out. That's Acid Rain all on the inside with little dragons, and they're on that side as well. I think it might be a little harder to show, maybe? I don't know. But you can see the Acid Rain right there. So maybe the dragons are on one side, but both sides are Acid Rain. I mean, come on, man. That is some serious attention to detail. Telling you, the guy, Andre DeVille, is just an absolute monster of an artist. S35 VN steel, perfect. Just perfect. You have let's see. That's a nice big blade. You got a 4.5-inch blade on a almost 10-inch complete. It's 9 and almost 7/8. It's big. It's a big, beautiful knife. I mean, my hands, it's kind of hard because in my hands, the knives never look as big as they are. And then people get them in their hands and they say, damn, this knife is way bigger than it looked. And it's just awesome. Everything about this knife is phenomenal, but we got to bring it outside and test it. Come on. So with Andre DeVillers, with ADV Tactical, he does things different than most other places. He makes some knives, and then he gives you the opportunity to custom order knives. If you said you wanted a certain way with certain features and certain materials, he'll do that. He'll go with a knife. I mean, you could pay anywhere from I don't know, $380, $400, all the way to, thousands, depending on what you want in the knife. And you can go from mild to wild, depending on what you're looking for and depending on what you want. You can have literally anything. This version right here is a little bit more expensive. This one's going to be in the 700s, where you can get this same exact knife with G10 scales for, I don't know, maybe $420, somewhere in there. So the price differences are crazy. You can get a literally the same exact knife with a different look, but it's the same exact ergonomics, same exact blade, same blade material for half the price. And you're still getting a complete ADV custom. He'll do some with, some versions are like plain titanium, and some versions are G10, and some versions are whatever he's going to do to bring down the price to make it right for you, how you want your knife done. So what I'm going to do is, I had to move the stump because my dog was trying to dig up a little hole, and I found out that it was full of baby rabbits. So I had to build them a little cave to try and keep the dog out. So let me set some stuff up. So there's a couple ways to order his knives, a couple different places. You can go to like Blade HQ, or you can look up ADV Tactical Knives in different shops, different vendors of his, distributors will pop up. That little dragon right there in the sun is just freaking awesome, man. That is insane. This is insane looking. In the sun, it was so much better than it was in the house. Just seeing the inside is crazy cool. But you can do that. You can go straight to his website, ADV Tactical, and I'll put that down there. And you can go through and see what he has, and you can actually order from there. You can contact him through his website to tell him what you want, or to ask him if what he has or this and that, and he'll tell you, he'll get back to you. Or you can go on Facebook, you can private message him. You can go on Instagram, you can private message him. And if you go on his Facebook and Instagram, he's going to have a whole bunch of his custom design stuff that he's doing, and you can order one. And what he'll do is, per order, he's going to finalize a knife and put on what the adornments that you're looking for, and then he's going to send you pictures of your knife, and he's going to say, getting ready to send, he's going to say, this is your knife, are you happy with it? And you're going to be. And then bada boom, bada bing. It's that easy. It's that easy. But you can get an extreme custom just for you. You can, I believe, send him logos and stuff like that, and he can laser and print it. So there's just endless possibilities with this guy and what he does. And the fact that you're getting a real knife and not just a showpiece really, really makes a difference. So let's do some 4-foot gravity drops, and we'll test the bite. Bam. That, oh, you hear that squeak? Look at how deep that thing went in there. That's like a 1/2 inch on a 4-foot drop. Bam. That is in there. So I'm not lying to you guys. That's the line. That's the line. You can, I don't know if you can see it because all I see is a glare. But that is going in deep. So let's see if we can get a couple of hard downward throws and really test these internals. Because on a hard downward throw, when you stand close to a target and you wing it down, a lot of times on cheap knives, it's going to cause a wiggle because you're going to mess up your internals. But I have a lot of faith in these. Bam. That is, if you're wondering how hard, you can see how much deeper, actually you can see the changing color in the line, how much deeper it's going in. I want to try my left hand. I'm going to keep my thumb out of it though. Oh, that's really weird feeling. Oh, that was a nice hard, oh, that's a really hard throw. Look at how deep that thing went. You have got to be kidding me. All right, so using my power hand, even though it didn't feel good, felt good. But you can see there's no wiggling, no loosening. Everything is still going to work as it should. It is magnificent. I'm going to put on the lock, and I'm going to bang this thing, and I'm going to take off the lock, and I'm going to bang this thing. I'll show you. If you're not believing me, because I'm a big guy, so it looks like I'm hitting soft. It's like George Foreman. Look at these dents. That's from the spine, just doing that. I'm hitting it with some force, more force than if you go like this. I just did a back cut, and oh God, thank God it didn't close on me. No, even with the lock not engaged, it's still going to stay locked. And nobody's banging a knife like this with a word, you know, so you don't have to worry about cutting your hand. But people think all the time, like, oh, well, what if I'm using my knife and I kind of accidentally hit it backwards? It could accidentally close. Hitting the spine the way I did is 100% proof that your knife isn't going to close. I want to try a downward chop. I kind of suck at this right-handed, but I want to go through this extension cord and see if I can. Oh! All right. So of the pocket knives I've been testing recently, they haven't been able to do that because it's hard to get downward force on a swing with a knife that's not big. Generally, this thing, however, has a really nice size to it, and I was able to get a lot of downswing. I wonder, you know, I didn't even test the overall sharpness. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's Andre de Villas, so before it all blows away, you're going to be able to see, I hope, it just blew away, but you can see that is 100%, I mean, I got a bald spot. That is 100%, look at that, shave sharp. Try, we got just enough of a breeze where it's blowing everything. That is 100% shave sharp. I want to see if I can cut this little piece even more, because that was fun. That was nice. Oh, I just took off the took off some nips at the end. Bang! That is super clean through all the little metal insides, and we'll see how that. And I just shaved after doing it on the first one, but you can see there's not going to be any edge damage. These knives are built really, really freaking well. Let's try a push cut, which I always seem to screw up. I'm looking for my dog with my right hand. I'm terrible at this. I'm going to use my my thumb on the rear, and look at that. Even with my right hand, which I suck at, no problem. What I want to try though is I want to try the forward finger hold, and I want to put my, see how this notch right here goes like that? It is perfect for the thumb. And I want to say, I want to see if I can just use the tip with pushing with your skinning grip, and that was super easy. So yeah, both points of grip work perfectly on this blade. Let's try this. Let's try the garden hose. I don't know where that damn dog went. Let's try this here. I just want to try. Oh, that's really hard with the right hand to do what I want to do. What I'm trying to do is pull, but I can't grab it. So I'm gonna have to just try and cut it. I can't pull it. That was my goal. This is kind of difficult. This is kind of difficult because, oh, that was such a nice. I guess it's not as difficult as I thought. I wanted to use my thumb, but I'll use this hand without a thumb. So I mean, that is super nice. For having a difficult time with my hand, the knife is making up for it. It's just making up for it on having the ability to just really cut nice. And for the people that think that these are just showpieces and that you can't do knife work with these knives, those people are morons. And generally anybody who says anything like that has never held one. They've never used one. Because as soon as you put one of these in your hand, you feel how solid they are, how well built they are. These things are monsters, and there's a reason why he's my favorite. Andre de Villas isn't sending me this stuff for free. This isn't some gift. He's saying, hey, why don't you take one of my knives and go have fun with it and tell people. No. If I have to pay for the knife, I'm going to give you my very honest reaction to it, right? And if I keep going back and getting more, think about it. This is what, the 10th one I have? Something like that. You know what I mean? I've gone through, or not gone through, but I've gone and purchased a lot of these, and I wouldn't be buying them if they weren't good. Why would you spend, even like, let's say I'm a distributor with him, so I can get a better price, but let's say I spent $500 on a $700 knife, or $400, whatever it is. That's a lot of money coming out for a knife. Why would I keep getting more if they really weren't that good? I'm telling you, it's because they really are that good. So Let's try and not cut my hand off. Oh my gosh. This is some hard, thick leather. And it shaves it like it's paper. Shaves it like it's paper. Let's try. Trying really hard not to cut myself because I'm finding out that hand damage is terrible. Bam. All the way through, and I just dumped all the dirt down my foot. Bam. All the way through. Bam. All the way through. I mean, this knife is a beast. This knife is a beast. Let's go cut up some plastic netting and some rug and see what else we can do. All right. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Get rid of that real quick. Let's come over here and plant ourselves down with this rug. Oh, yeah. Oh, big heavy rug. All right, let's go. If you're a carpet installer, you know how hard it can be to cut rug, how much of a pain in the butt it can be. And look at all this stuff. Look at all the debris that's on there. That's a lot of crap that can get into the internals. I cannot hold it like that. That was extremely painful. So let's try and hold the rug with that hand instead. I should probably put the edge facing up. That would be smart. Bam. I mean, that is super, super nice. Trying not to get debris inside my thumb holes. Just easy cutting ability. It's so nice. So nice. Just awesome. I wonder if I can power flick it. Never do this in my right hand. Oh! that was so smooth. That was gratifying. Let's try the plastic neck. Gosh, it just I love an ADV Tactical knife in my hands. I really do. Even my bad hand, my good bad hand. It just feels so good. God, I mean, just sliding right through. It feels so good. These knives are just freaking wonderful. Just wonderful. Plastic netting, no problem. Carpets, no problem. Arm hair, no problem. Rubber garden hose, no problem. And most people are going to be using it to cut open your hot dog packages and your mail and your anything. But what happens if you absolutely need it to do more than that? It's going to, because it's a quality freaking knife. And that's the most important thing, is when you're getting it. Okay, I can't spin it yet. That hits the nerves, and it is terrible. I don't know why I'd try, but because I'm stupid. All right, so let's speaking of try, let's try and just stab down on a plastic barrel. Rubbermaid. Oh, that went straight through. It's a hole. That's a hole. Ugh. You don't believe me? It's right there. Man. Let's see how the coating. Still black. How's the tip? Still straight. Come on, man. It's ADV Tactical. It's ADV Tactical. Ooh. Let's make some kindling. Let's make some kindling. All right, here we go. Gosh, I love this knife. You know, it's the Pitboss is not my favorite of his knives, but I think it's the most perfect pocket knife ever made. So how does that work? You know, it's flawless in every way. It is absolutely flawless, ergonomically, design-wise. It's just made so well. That Badlands buoy is my favorite because, I mean, it's a giant folding buoy. It's just amazing. And that would be my favorite. And it's kind of hard to say, well, you're saying this is the most perfect, and how is that not your favorite? Well, the Badlands buoy is wild. It's just so crazy and big, and and outlandish, but it's just me. But this is the most perfect knife. Even the Invader, I use that thing an incredible amount. And I say that the Crusher was my favorite knife to use, right? This is the best knife to use. It's really weird. It's really weird, but this thing, golly. Though this is called edge geometry. When you can like manipulate how you want these little curls to go, you can stop it, you can control it, you can do whatever you want with it. That's just so fine. That is just so fine. Let's get some swoops here. And you can do different kinds of cuts. You're talking about the same edge, and now just by changing the degree, does whatever you want it to. It does whatever you want it to. Ow. I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh. Ow. I'm gonna try and switch hands because that don't feel good. It's so weird because with my left hand, with this one, it's like, it's just weird. It's weird. Weird being in the wrong hand. There we go. There we go. If you're carving a stick, you're carving a point, and you have a fat stick, if you're using your regular hand, it goes a lot faster. But doing downward chops at an angle is going to remove more material and make the actual carving way easier. So you go from that to that much quicker. And then the fact that this blade is an animal, you can take out ginormous chunks with each pass, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. This knife is everything your pocket survival, pocket EDC, pocket hunting, pocket whatever knife should be. If you're going to use a folding knife to survive, man, you won't find a better knife. You just won't. This thing is freaking out. You can just carve, slice, dice, manipulate, do whatever you want all day, every day. You got the dog over there trying to get into them little bunnies. So hard because he thinks I'm not watching. Hey! Bigsby! Get out of there. He's trying so hard to get to them little critters. I gotta make sure that I keep that thing secure. Little bastard. Alright, so let's go over to 1-inch forest trees and take a couple swats. Hold on. Oh, before we do that, I see a vine just dangling here. Dangling. I want to try and get rid of this. Bam. Bam. Vines are terrible. Vines are terrible. They choke everything out. Sometimes they can be hard to cut. Oh, I just got some kind of sliver in my flip-flop. This is why you wear shoes when you're doing knife reviews, not flip-flops. All right, so let's get over here. Ooh, wow, we got all kinds of growth. Got all kinds of growth. This is a nice big fat piece. It's a hard piece. Let's see if I can't take it down. Ooh. Yeah, that's it right there. That was a good hit. That first hit was a little goofy, but that was a good one. So this piece is going to be hard to hit. And the thing is, it's bouncy. So when you hit it, the first thing it's going to do is move with you. But we're going to try and cut it anyway. Oh, just caught the tip. Oh, that's a good hit. Let's see how far we're into it. There we go. That's a nice big one. That's a nice big one. That's chopping with an EDC. Look at that. Timber. Timber. All these are just vines are twisting around these trees. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all vines. So you're not just hitting the branch, but you have to go through so much just to get through to that. Bam! That is nice. This one isn't a 1-inch forestry. This is an actual tree that's growing, but can't have a tree growing in our driveway, so. Bam. Oh, that's the timber right there. I just caught the edge of the skin on that one. I'm telling you, the Pitboss 3, one of the greatest knives ever made. And if you get one with a dragon, that is just super uber awesomely dope, amazing, freaking incredibleness. It just doesn't get any better. You can try to find a better pocket knife. I'm telling you, man, I've used a lot of them. And I still say that the most perfectly made pocket knife in the world is the Pitboss. You can get the mini Pitboss, you get the, you know what I mean? You can get the Pitboss 2, the Pitboss 3, whatever you're getting, the Pitboss, this grip, this ergonomics, these materials between the titaniums and the S35 VNs and whatever material you're going to use in here, even if it's just plain titanium, uses high grade everything. Whatever he uses is the highest grade of whatever he's using. It's the best. He only uses the best material. And then the heat treats, forget about it. The heat treats are amazing. They're fast. People always like to ask, is it good for self-defense? That rear grip right there, holy Moses, is that comfortable? Yes, to answer that question, this is a phenomenal blade for self-defense. This will keep you alive at the ATM for sure. It is awesome. So, I don't know, just really excited, so I'm going to keep rambling, but the ADV Tactical Pitboss 3 with the dragon scales. This is just awesome. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.